Father Robert Palliser, the digital Jesuit, here at Enterprise Connect 2017, where I am sitting next to a longtime guest of Enterprise Connect, Mr. Bob Minai. He is the Executive Director of Verizon Product, Innovation, and New Business. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
It's great to see you again, Robert.
Now, this is one of those interviews where I don't have to spend time explaining who the company is and what it is they do. I think everyone understands what Verizon is. What I would love to hear from you is some feedback on this, the trends, what's happened, what's changed in the UC market over, say, the last 18 months. Specifically, one trend that I've seen, which is mobile first. Verizon is knee-deep in that market. What have you seen change?
You know, all the solutions that we develop, Robert, are immense with that kind of design with that mobile user in mind. Obviously, we know that the mobile workforce is increasingly people who don't even have desk phones, sometimes don't even have desktop computers. They have tablets, they have their phones. So we want to enable the same exact solution when they're out of the office as when they're in the office, if they ever even go into the office. So a lot of the solutions that we create are really taking our partners' technologies, sometimes our own technologies, and marrying them with the secret sauce of Verizon. So a great example of that is the Cisco capabilities that have come out recently, like Spark, for example. Taking those same capabilities, but adding the Verizon differentiation of enabling those services over LTE with QoS, so that the person who's out in the field has the exact same quality of service as if they were in the office, the same security. That's really important to our customers.
We're at that tipping point where what we consider a vital tool for business is changing. It used to be, well, you needed an office, you needed a computer, you needed a hard phone line, and then maybe some sort of mobile device. Well, that's all changing. It's now you build the office, you build the environment to suit the experience that the user needs. How does Verizon enable that? If I am a mobile worker and really all I need is my tablet, I don't even need a phone, just a tablet with my UC application, how do you ensure that I can keep the same productivity I would if I were, say, inside of an office?
So what we've really done is made sure that the experience that we deliver to the customer, to the end user, is the exact same experience on the tablet, on the phone, for example. The other area is that we obviously have kind of a global economy. We have a lot of people who are globally dispersed from a geography perspective, and making sure that they are able to enjoy the same environment or join the same environment from a virtual perspective and be able to interact even though they're on completely different sides of the world. Yeah.
When I'm coming to Verizon, trying to find out if it will be able to service my mobile workers, my global workers, what are the things I need to be able to ask? What information do I need to be able to provide so that Verizon rep can give me the right solution?
Yeah, it's a great question. So oftentimes it starts with a conversation of understanding our customer's business. And so, we have the advantage of having some very vertically focused sales teams that talk to the customers and understanding, it's a very different conversation that we have with our healthcare customers or enterprise, for example, versus financial services. And so different things matter to different people. So for example, not that everybody doesn't care about security, but I'll tell you, our customers in the financial practices take that to a completely different level. So for them, security is first and foremost the most paramount thing that they're interested in. So it really starts with that conversation. A lot of times it's also being able to quantify the need. So I talk about business outcomes, but how quickly do you need to be able to innovate? How many people, how globally dispersed are you? How many people do you need to have on calls together? How many people, what's the best way that you find to collaborate? For a lot of people, if you can't do it visually, if you can't do it in terms of having kind of a whiteboard, for example, that everybody's on at the same time, you're not going to be able to be a great graphic artist or design consultant if you're not able to visually show. For other people, that doesn't matter as much. So it's really understanding the customer's needs, I think.
As they go forth and they start looking for services that they can give to their employees, as they start looking at that next potential deployment that will go mobile first, what words would you like to stick in the heads of our audience?
Yeah, I would just say that, with any kind of deployment, you've got certain challenges where you've got the technology piece of it, which is critically important. There's been a lot of advances there. But certainly the surround that comes around that of, do you have the right professional services? Do you have the global breadth? Do you have the ability to add professional services on top of it? The capabilities to bring to bear assets like a wireless network, the underlying network, to make that technology work that much better. The entire solution, that entire stack is really where the focus should be, not on specific technologies, I think. If all that comes together in the right way to serve those business outcomes, then the customer we've done right by the customer.
Bob, thank you very much for spending time with us. Thank you for sharing knowledge with our audience. Now, if they wanted to find out more about what Verizon can do for them, where would be the best place to go?
Well, if you're here at the show, certainly we have our booth and we have some great capabilities, whether it's UC, customer experience. We have some service extension, CPaaS type capabilities that we're demoing a few different use cases. But if you're not at the show, our website has all the type of capabilities that we're talking about, particularly the enterprise solutions part of our website has all these capabilities laid out in a very informative way.
Bob, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Robert.